Hello, and happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing well. I put that little, if you're joining me on Facebook, sorry. If you could click that link, that would be awesome because then I could see who's chatting with me and instead of it saying Facebook user. And if you're on Instagram, hi, how's everyone doing? Hey, Connie. Hey, Amy and Phil. Let me click the waves. Tell me who's in here with me. Who is in here with me? Hopefully you see that link. And if not, I don't know what to do about it. You could, well, that's it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, hi, happy Friday. How's everyone doing? I had a morning today. My anxiety was up high. All right. Hey, Charlene from South Carolina. Nice to see you. Who else is on here? Hello, Ames888, Kathy from Virginia, loving seeing you all. Okay, this was not on my plan to talk about, but I will talk about it. I have really high anxiety. I don't talk about it often, but I do. And this morning, I was having a fit about just stuff when things derail. I don't always handle it the best. There's a lot of responsibility for single mama, especially I have a dog, I have a house, I have a child who's 10. So I called my girlfriend up who is in the same boat as me, and I'm like, so if a woman came to you in her 40s and asked if she should adopt alone, what would you say today? And we got to just talking about it. And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm 52, FYI. I know I look 35, but I'm not. Okay. And I have to say, you need to know yourself. If you're someone who has high anxiety or depression or struggles a lot with mental health, you really need support systems in place. If you are somebody who is not in great shape, you need to think about the amount of energy it will take to be active for your child. One of the reasons I was having a hard time also is, you know, I think that this happens to me as I approach another birthday. Now, granted, it's a couple months away, but I look at like my parents and things that are happening around me with friends' health. I'm at that age where I'm kind of experiencing my friends, some of them getting sick, and people around my age, my parents' age. And so I get into my head about my own health and being there for my son. And so I just throw this out. At the moment I said I would tell them no, and my friend would say I would tell them yes. And um, I don't doubt that it's totally worth it, and one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And there's a lot that goes into it. And for me, and everybody's different, the infant stage was so easy. In fact, infant through toddler was so easy for me, where I know a lot of people struggle with that stage. And as he approaches preteen, and there's more activities, and he's asking for more things, and he's disengaging, and all the things that happen as kids grow up, whoo, wears on you. So I really want you to give it some thought. And I'm not discouraging. I love, love, love my single mamas. So, all right, that wasn't even what I was planning to talk about, although I'm talking about what came up this week in the world of adoption, and that came up for me. Here's another one. Talking to an expectant mom for the very first time. Is anybody in that boat right now? Let me know if you are in that boat. I would love to know. And also, if you are in one of the Facebook groups that you saw that link that I posted, it says chat https://chat.restream.io/Facebook. You could click that for me. It'll allow me to see who is commenting. That's all. Just allows that app to see. So if you're talking to an expectant mama for the first time, what should you expect? How can you plan on that? And what I'll tell you first and foremost is that you're nervous, and so is she. She is just as nervous, because you don't know her and what she's going to be like, and you really, really, really want her to know you. And at that moment, she holds so much of the power. And she, on the other hand, is hoping the same, hoping you like her. So one thing I like to tell families is, when you first get on a call, it's going to be awkward. Try not to be weird. Just be yourself. And tell her right off the bat, we are so nervous, or I am so nervous, and I'm also so excited to be talking to you. And it just kind of breaks the ice. I am 50 and want to adopt a 5-year-old. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I think that's smart. I think a 5-year-old will be better than an infant at that stage. I'm just being honest. But know your things. Check in with yourself, and check in with your health and your energy level, and how your body feels, and what your stress level is like, and all the things, and you can do it. Okay, so let her know, break the ice right off the bat. You're really nervous. She will probably say, so am I. Focus on getting to know her as a person instead of making it all about the baby. You want her to know that you are just as interested in getting to know her to begin forming your relationship, and that it's not just about her giving you a baby and you walking away. You have to really start to develop that trust. So, think about when you're meeting new people, or new colleagues, or new whoever. You want to start building that trust with her. So just be yourselves. If you are a couple, both of you need to talk. Don't just let the woman take the lead. Or if you are two women, don't just let one person take the lead. You both need to be talking if you are in a couple. Okay? Because she needs to know that whoever she's placing her baby with, everybody is interested. The first time you talk to somebody, you're not going to dig into really personal questions. She might, and you can always If you get stumped or if something takes you aback, don't be afraid to say, huh, I've never thought about that. Let me think about that and get back to you. Or, I don't know. We just started thinking a little bit about it, but we're not set on anything yet. And sometimes I like to throw it back to her, just say, is there something that's meaningful for you? Or, like, for instance, if it's a name, is there a name that is really meaningful for you or that you had your heart set on? And that's not saying that you have to do that, but you just want to know sometimes where her questions are coming from, um, so that you can best address them. The last thing you want to do is have her ask you a question, you answer, and she is totally like taken aback. Because usually these things can be worked through, but again, a trust and relationship needs to start developing. So, those are a couple tips on talking to an expectant mom for the first time. Also, know that most likely, if you are adopting through an agency or an attorney, somebody is likely going to be on the phone with you, to make sure there's no coercive talk going on. If things get weird, they can intervene, but it's really for both of your protection. So after that first call, sometimes you might be in direct contact and sometimes it'll still continue to go through the agency or with that person on. Okay. Let's see here. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. The other thing I want to talk about is what to do while you are waiting. That's a big one because a lot of times people think, even when they start the adoption process, that they need to put their lives on hold so that they're available at any given moment at any given time. And I don't want you to do that. I really want you to continue living your life. If you have a vacation planned, plan to take that vacation. If something comes up, maybe buy the insurance as your insurance policy, but don't not go on that vacation. Okay. I've had people be on vacation, get that call, and hop on a plane and cut their vacation short. And you know what? They were so happy to do that. So no matter what the scenario is, you'll figure that part out. I really recommend you keep busy. If there's a project or a remodel or a sporting something you want to train for, do it. Keep your mind off of things and keep moving forward with your life. Keep yourself busy because it can be all consuming. Also, I think it's really important because this is a time, and there's a couple waiting periods, right? There's the waiting to get matched. And then perhaps even the harder one is being matched and then waiting for the birth. And then after the birth, it's waiting for the papers to be signed so that you can breathe. Sophie said, agreed. I had my 14-day cruise already planned when I got the call for my son. See? And I'm sure, Sophie, you were, a little sad you couldn't take the cruise at the moment, but you were ready to jump on it. Okay. So there's these waiting periods, right? And your mind can spin out of control. Sophie said, oh, yes. Your mind can spin out of control. And you can go down this rabbit hole of she breathed funny, she didn't respond, all these things that can just derail you, or just getting really nervous and I've seen people almost sabotage a situation because they get so crazy. So one, always be honest. Always be honest. Don't lie because you think you're protecting yourself. Don't tell her false information. That will all come back to bite you in the end. Okay, so that's number one. Always be honest, and you are creating a relationship built on trust all the time. I want you to not lose sight of the journey. Celebrate the small wins. the little joys along the way, right? So what might those be? Actually, right now, everybody share a little win from your week. Maybe as it pertains to your adoption journey, but just if not, just share a win. I'd love to hear it. Let's see. One of my wins was that I did an IG live. I was asked to be a guest on Plus One Adoption. I was on their IG live yesterday. So that was one of my wins. And that's related to my adoption stuff. What's a win for you? I want presenting this week. Yes. Awesome. Huge win, right? A win might be finishing your paperwork for your home study, seeing a few great cases and presenting for one. Yes, Dave, thank you. What else? What other wins? And even if you have adopted, I think that we all need to do this. We all need to not lose sight of those small little joys and those small little things that make us happy, even for a moment. One, we want to remember the joy in our journey so that as we're telling our child their story, we can recall some of those. It also really just helps you put things into perspective. This journey is a really, really difficult one, and it's filled with ups and downs and roller coasters and bends. But there's also joy in it. And it will likely, more than likely, lead you to that place that you are longing so long to be in. Let's see, here's another one. Dave said, sending a fun video to our first daughter's birth sister. Love that. Yes, those are the little things. Those are the fun little moments. So don't lose sight of the joys. And to help you not lose sight of those joys and those wins along the way, I highly recommend you journal. If you haven't started, it's never too late. You can pick up a pen and paper and just start writing down your thoughts. You can buy a book, and nowadays there's adoption journals with prompts in it to help you remember the journey. You know, so much of what we do, we lose sight of the journey and we only have eyes set on the end goal. And I think we need to live in the moment of the journey as well. It will help you appreciate where you get to at the end of that particular journey. I hope this was helpful. Things have been steadily picking up. We've been seeing more and more situations being presented to our families. So that's great for those of you waiting. Don't lose sight of your hope. Don't veer off your roadmap. Stay on the roadmap. And if you do step off that map, don't worry. Choose a win. Find a little joy and hop back on with 2 feet and keep moving forward. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try to keep my anxiety in check. And I will talk to you next Friday. Bye for now. Bye. I always have a hard time finding where that button is to